We are joined now by Brad Wanamaker. Brad, great catching up with you again. What's the summer been like for you?
My summer been great. I've been obviously back and forth between Philly and Florida, just visiting loved ones. Just resetting the mind and just trying to get to a fresh start.
How has it been to kind of hit the reset button a little bit?
It's been great. Obviously last season wasn't a great season for myself individually. Obviously I enjoyed everything about it. Being here in the NBA, being a part of the Celtics organization. But personally, it wasn't the greatest time for me. But it comes with the game.
You look back at last season and obviously didn't get as much playing time as you would have
Right.
hoped for. What made you decide that you wanted to come back to the Celtics?
Just another year in the system. Obviously, just seeing the output of the team and the departures. Just thinking there was more opportunity here this year. Obviously everything is earned. It's not going to be given to me. I got to work for everything. But just seeing maybe I have a bigger role.
You obviously have an opportunity to
Right.
get more of a bigger role with all the changes that we've seen. How do you crack into the rotation more? What's the approach for that?
Being consistent. Just going out there, playing your role, making the best of it. Talk to Brad. He's just saying, just be a superstar in your role, regardless of what it is. And just working towards that. Just trying to find guys and just keep everything going when the starters come out.
You've been in the league for a long time, so you know the work that you have to put in. Brad Stevens even said it that you can't come to camp, expecting that you're going to get in shape
Right.
anymore. You have to come in shape.
Right.
What were you looking or working on this off season to improve, and as you head into training camp tomorrow?
Obviously, I played overseas for many years, and then last year was my first year in the NBA, so it just was making that adjustment to the NBA game. Just the speed and the reads. Obviously it's different. But I've been working on just being in the best condition I could be in to coming into the start of training camp and just working on my side, just trying to be more consistent in everything I do. Just trying to fill that role in the system of Brad Stevens.
You mentioned the consistency, but what else do you think that you can give this Celtics team this year compared to last season? Just the growth that you've had, not only physically but mentally as well.
Just try to help the young guys up making that adjustment. Obviously with a long season, you fight mental battles. Just trying to be there for them guys, being open ear to them if they need something. As well as the older guys on the team. Everybody needs somebody to talk to at times. Just trying to be that guy that if you need anything, I'm there for you.
We're going to go to Twitter. We have Brad. Is Kemba still trying to switch off of you in practice like he did at UConn?
I think you were referring
Putting
to
you on the spot.
The Kemba Walker game winner in the Garden my senior year. It was a tough moment. Obviously Kemba being himself. Rising to the occasion in big moments, hit a big shot against us. But looking on that possession, I probably would have double teamed him. But it was a great shot by a great player.
What has your interaction been like with Kemba now? Joining the Celtics, and maybe what are some things that you guys, that you could learn from him too?
It's been great. Just seeing his growth as a basketball player since college. Him coming into the league and becoming an all-star. Just the team up with him has been great. Obviously he's been a winner his whole life. Obviously he had some tough seasons in Charlotte, but if you know Kemba, he's a winner. And just try to pinpoint everything from him. Just from his experience and in our short combos. Obviously we didn't talk about the time we had in college. When we talked about the good battles, not his game winner so much, but just trying to pinpoint his brain a little bit. And he asked me about the guys here and what to expect.
You had mentioned before we went to Twitter, just that you want to be that guy that the young guys can come to, offer advice to. For you, how do you help the new guys kind of coming in and maybe giving them the knowledge that you now have,
Right.
having been there?
Yeah, because coming in as a new guy, you have your own goals, your own dreams. But the reality is, we have some pretty solid vets that's been doing this for a while. That's going to get the bulk minutes of the team, and you're just trying to help them make that adjustment. From being the main guy in your college team or where you come from to being able to adjust to that lesser role. Just trying to be the open ear, meaning like I could tell when your mood is down or, just because I've been through it. So just trying to be the open ear when it's the long road trips or in the game and you haven't been called in a couple games, your name hasn't been called, just trying to ease them through that transition if possible.
What is the key for you? I know we talked about it a little last season, but just for a reminder of the fans, you've just always been able to stay ready, and you're able to make an impact right away, no matter how many minutes you are playing. Just the mindset and approach with that.
I mean, as we talked about a few times last year, my mindset going into every game was that I was going to play.
Yeah.
And that helped me out a little bit through the process because, going in, I wasn't going in with the attitude that, I don't care. I always cared, and, I love the game of basketball, and I always was just waiting for the opportunity just because you never know. It could take 1 or 2 games, and you could break that rotation. And, that was my mindset every time I went out there. It just show Coach what I can do.
Brad, we're really looking forward to seeing you play tomorrow for
All right.
training camp. All right, everyone, don't go anywhere. We will be back right after this.